Hi everyone, it's Kelly Rosetta coming to you live from Kelly's Corner. I am doing another video in our series of tutorials known as Butterfly Beauty. These are your tips and tricks if you are a lupus guy or girl on the go. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what you can do as a lupus patient when it is cold and flu season to ensure that you stay healthy. Now, it's really difficult with lupus to know what you can and cannot take, and I am not a doctor. So anything that I suggest to you today, I encourage you to go back to your doctor and have an open and honest conversation about what is the best course of action for you during this cold flu season. Everything that I talk about are things that I have pulled from my favorite book, The Lupus Encyclopedia, by one of my favorite rheumatologists, Dr. Don Thomas. He wrote this book. He has a blog, lupusencyclopedia.com, and he has great helpful tips on all the things that we're going to talk about today. Obviously, when you have lupus, your immune system is not functioning normally. Our immune system is overactive, and it produces antibodies that attack healthy cells by mistake. And when it does that, that can cause inflammation, that can cause pain, that can cause tissue damage, and even at its worst, it can cause organ failure and even death. So we have to be really careful when we're looking at items that we are going to take that are over the counter or otherwise that say that they're immune boosting, right? Because our immune system is already in hyperdrive. We have to be super careful that we don't take anything that's going to boost our immune system even more, because our immune system can't tell a lot of the times our healthy cells from our bad cells. Like when you get a cold, when you get a flu, when you get a virus, it just creates all of these antibodies and attacks things by mistake. Now that we know this, right? Many of us already have known this. What do we do about it? How can we be proactive during this cold and flu season? How can we stay healthy and do things that are going to help us, not hinder us or make our disease active or worse? Here are some suggestions for you. It is super easy to grab something like this time of year. These are echinacea throat lozenges. Never, ever take echinacea, okay? Not good. There has been studies that have shown that when a lupus patient takes echinacea, it can rev up the immune response, which is exactly what you don't want it to do. So number one, do not take echinacea. Number two, do not take wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is another thing that has been shown to rev up the immune response with lupus. Another thing that you have to be very careful of is vitamin C and zinc. Zinc is okay to take one time if you feel like you have a cold coming on and you take a zinc lozenge or a zinc cough drop. That is fine, but don't take it every day. The same goes with large quantities of vitamin C. You want to have a healthy amount of vitamin C in your diet, but preferably that will come from you making healthy eating choices. What you don't want to do is take an enormous amount of vitamin C, like what you would in Airborne and Emergency, those little fizzle packets, every day, because that can be hard on your kidneys, and also it can rev up your immune system. There's not been a ton of scientific data anyway that has shown that vitamin C helps with the common cold. I got that right here out of the Lupus Encyclopedia, okay? So it says, to quote Dr. Thomas, page 342, taking vitamin C and echinacea have not been shown to be effective for the common cold. Bam. Also, echinacea can potentially make lupus worse. So now that you know, don't take anything that's going to boost your immune system. However, you may not be able to take vitamin C in large doses. You may not be able to take echinacea or wheatgrass, things like that. But what can you do? You know what this is? This is vitamin D, my friends. Vitamin D is a lupus person's best friend. It has been proven time and time again that people with lupus often have low vitamin D levels. And most people with lupus are people of color. And people of color, people of Black or Indigenous or Hispanic or Asian descent, Native American descent, have statistically lower vitamin D levels anyway. So vitamin D is something that you should be taking every single day. Now, some rheumatologists believe that you should actually be taking a little bit higher dose than what other doctors might recommend, because there have been studies to show that vitamin D is the best thing to keep you healthy. It helps with your immune response. It also has been shown in many clinical trials to help with COVID. People who had healthy or even higher vitamin D levels have been shown to have less or no symptoms when they contracted COVID-19, in contrast to those who had low levels and experienced intense symptoms and even death. Vitamin D is your friend. Talk to your rheumatologist, not your primary, talk to your rheumatologist about what is the appropriate amount of vitamin D for you. You need to take this every single day. This should always be on your medication list. I'm telling you, I will tell you again, vitamin D deficiency will take you down in more ways than one. I speak from personal experience. I am constantly vitamin D deficient. I have genetic variances for vitamin D deficiency. It's been something that has plagued me for a really long time. Take the D. Do it. What else can you do besides taking vitamin D? The best defense against colds and flus and viruses is washing your hands. I know it sounds dumb. I know it sounds redundant. I know you probably heard it 1,000 trillion times, but you're going to hear it 1,000 trillion and one time from me. The CDC says the number one defense against viruses and flus is washing your dang hands, okay? Wash them. If you don't have the ability to wash your hands after you've been in a public place or touched something or shook someone's hand, which, by the way, you shouldn't be shaking hands anyway right now, but just in case you forget and you do, get yourself a hand sanitizer. A sanitizer should be at least 60% alcohol. You don't want any other fluff in there. It should be at least 60% alcohol. You do this, then as soon as you can, you go and wash your hands with hot water and soap, and you sing the happy birthday song. It can't be like da 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 and done. No, you need to wash in between your hands, front and back, around your wrists, happy birthday song. All right, so this is one of my biggest tips besides your vitamin D, washing your hands using hand sanitizer. The other thing I wanted to recommend to you is this. This is an oral rinse. This is by Cepacol. I love this. I always use their lozenges when I get a really nasty sore throat because it always, whenever I get sick, it goes to my throat. This is a gargle, a antibacterial gargle, which is heavy duty. I'm telling you, nothing can survive this. So when you start to feel like you have a tickle coming on, or if you've been around someone who has been sick, not COVID sick, but like, has a cold or a little something, use this. This will kill and gargle with it. It'll kill any bacteria in your mouth, on your uvula, around your throat, and it will leave you with some nice fresh breath. You can get this at any pharmacy, Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, whatever you'd like. And lastly, I know you hear this a lot, but please, please, please wear a mask. You don't want to accidentally kill someone. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but infection is the number 3 cause of death with people with lupus. It's really important to wear a mask. Even if you're sick of it, even if you feel ridiculous, wear a mask. I want you around. I hope that you want to be around for a long time. And you don't want to sabotage yourself by making a decision and not wearing a mask and then getting sick. And I encourage your family members and friends to do that as well. All right, guys, those are your tips and tricks today. I hope you find them helpful. If you want more information on doing things to live the best life that you can with lupus, check out the Lupus Encyclopedia by Dr. Thomas. It is available on Amazon.com and the More Than Lupus site, which is www.morethanlupus.com. Can't wait to see you next time on Butterfly Beauty. Make sure you like and subscribe subscribe these videos, and of course, fly high, you beautiful, beautiful butterflies. Bye!